So are we ready?
This is Jay.
This is A.
And this is Moxicated,
where we drop the booze and walk through the reality of life alcohol-free.
So grab your favorite mock, get ready to laugh, and let's get Moxicated.
Well, hello, Jessica.
Hello. It's a magical day.
Is it? In my head, I was like, wait, what?
It is. Every day is magical, Allie.
Yes, that's true. I am very happy every day.
Sprinkle the magic.
Sprinkle the magic.
No, I was trying to say that because I want to talk about Disneyland.
Of course you do. Let's hear all about it.
I just got back. Okay, first of all, it's the 70th anniversary. It's just like very important. It's historic.
Well, yeah, and since you went to the 50th and now the 70th.
Thanks for reminding me.
Yeah. Well, no, they know.
Our viewers are
we talked about this last week.
Okay, well, in case they forgot. It was so cool. Of course, I love it always, but it was a little stressful this trip for a number of reasons, but they're doing a lot of cool things for the 70th. There's a lot of merch that people are like crazy to get, and they have different costumes and all this stuff. But one of the things that I've been looking forward to doing since we knew we were going is this thing called the Key to Disneyland. Ooh. And so it's like an interactive toy key, but it's big. It's like a skeleton key.
Ooh.
And it has the Disneyland D like as the handle, and there's different locations all over Disneyland, and you like all you do is stick the key in, and it like either spouts out some bubbles or lights up or something, and you have to collect them all. And so at the very end, as you're exiting the park, there's one, and you put it in, and it's like goes like da 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 da, and you get your whatever. You don't win anything. It's just the key.
Do you buy this key and carry it around the whole time?
Yes, it's a ploy for us to spend money.
Is it heavy?
Kind of, but we had a stroller, so I just stick it in the stroller. And,
okay. It
does feel cool to hold, though. Like when you're walking, I felt really cool when I was holding it. Sometimes I didn't even want to let the kids hold it because I was like, no, this is my key. So anyways, we like make sure to go around to all of the ones. And by the time we got all the ones done, it was our last day. Miles and I stayed up till park closed at midnight the night before. Was not anticipating doing that again for his birthday, but we did, and we had the whole family this time. And so, we're finally leaving. I had to like scour the park for this dress for Kyla after hours. And so like we wake Kyla and Silas are asleep. We wake them up to see the end. We get there, we stick the key in, and it doesn't freaking do anything.
Oh, no.
And I was like, no. I'm telling you, it's 12:10 a.m. The park is filtering out. And I'm like, no. And then someone else comes up behind it and it does the thing. And ours did not do that. And I was like, no. There's one thing missing. And I thought this whole time that the one thing missing was the end.
Oh.
And everyone else has had one. So I'm like, oh my God. And so it was a picture of a riverboat. Thank God I know Disneyland like I do, because I went straight where that damn riverboat was, and there's no one over there. And I don't ever remember there being a thing over there. And so I'm looking, there's no cast members anywhere. There's like random people walking that are like, who's this crazy lady? And so I go up to a store, and they're all closed, and I'm like banging on the window. I'm like banging. And I cussed 3 times in Disneyland this trip, and I really thought I was going to get kicked out.
That's not magic.
No. I thought I was going to get kicked out. But this was one time, and they actually kind of laughed, and I was just like, please, I don't know where this last one is, and then I need to get this fucking key finished. And they were like talking with each other, and they were like, we think that's the one over there on Star Wars Land. So there was 2 in Star Wars Land. And this was the one in the back of my mind. I'm like, sometimes it didn't work. So if you're going to Disneyland, make sure you get the dang thing. Because we had already been to this one.
Oh.
So at this point, it's like 12:30. I'm running so fast. And I finally get there, and there's no one around, except for 3 people like walking out of Star Wars Lands. And I stick it in, and it lights up, and I get the thing, and I was like, thank God. And they were like kind of looking at me, and I'm an introvert. Everyone knows I'm an introvert. I seriously turned to these people, and I was like, I've been running all over. This is the key, blah, 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 blah. I like told them my whole life story, and they were like, you did it, yay. And they like all clapped for me, and we all clapped, and then I had to run all the way back to the front of Disneyland. The kids were asleep again. We woke him up, stuck that baby in, and it lit up, and all the rainbow colors and bubbles came out. And I was just like, thank God. But it was literally, never have I ever expected to be doing that late in Disneyland Park.
No, never. And this is where you and I are so different. Because, no.
You would have been like, sorry, guys.
I would have been like, I don't want to carry this key around. You guys cool?
I was literally like, no, we have to get this done. We will never be able to finish this if we leave today.
Oh my god.
So yeah, it was...
It's really cool though that you got it complete.
Now I have the key to Disneyland if anybody wants it.
It sounds very scary and stressful.
It was stressful. The good thing about it is really I'm a Disneyland lover. And
Yes.
I think that my dark secret of all dark secrets is I am a Disneyland lover and a Disney World hater. I'm sorry to my Florida friends. You know exactly who you are. But I just love Disneyland. It's so nostalgic for me. I went there all the time. Everything's close together. And so for me, it really was just like, there was more than just for the kids.
Yes.
Obviously, for me to be like, through the freaking park. So anyways, it was
That's
cool.
some dedication.
It was dedication. And they were actually filming something.
Oh.
And we're trying to get places. And I'm like,
Yeah.
go up ahead with them.
Yeah.
Trying to find people. It was really cool. Anyways.
That is cool. I'm glad that you guys had such a good time for Miles' birthday.
It's nice. It's like I was thinking about when you're at Disneyland, like the best part of it, I feel like as an adult, is that's all you're thinking about. It's so all-consuming that all you're thinking about is being at Disneyland and Disneyland. And so literally you have, like, there's no schedules, there's no nothing. You're just there. Nothing exists outside of it. And when I was in it, I was like, God, this is so nice. This is so nice to only care about Disneyland stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, now we're back to schedules because school
starts today. Oh my god.
Okay, Allie, wait. Before we even get started, we need to celebrate this monumental event because Silas is in preschool.
Oh my gosh.
And I have been with child at home, attached to me, for 8 years.
Yeah.
8 years.
That's wild.
And now I have 3 hours, 4 days a week.
Those 3 hours are going to go by very quick.
I know. We've already been planning stuff, and I'm like, wait, okay, can you pick him up from school?
I know, you really only have 1 hour because the pick up and drop off is like 45 minutes each.
Yeah.
So you have like maybe an hour and a half of free time.
What? It's still an hour and a half.
No, it'll be great.
I can't believe it. Which makes me more feel like schedule oriented. Like I finally feel like I'm like on your level of momming where you can actually plan stuff out because you don't have a toddler with you all day, every day.
Yeah. No, it's such a game changer.
A game changer. So that's what we're talking about is schedules today.
Yes.
And I don't think that anybody that listens to us doesn't know what a schedule is, but because it's what we do, I'm going to define it.
Yes, please do.
So Oxford says that a schedule is a plan for carrying out a process or procedure, giving lists of intended events and times.
Schedule should be my middle name.
Yeah, I really think so. You have just scheduled for life.
Yeah. Yeah.
But scheduling is so necessary.
Yeah, and it's crucial for your mental health and physical health, in my opinion.
Yes.
It provides structure, which reduces stress. I feel like if I don't have a plan for the day, I feel all over the place. Just even making more decisions is more stressful.
Yeah.
Just like the sense of control you can get from making a schedule is just top tier for me.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah.
I feel like it is, even if you are someone who doesn't abide by like schedules and needing to get everything out, when you put what's going on up here down somewhere on paper and notes, calendar, making yourself like, oh, okay, this is the things I have to do, and then your mind goes, maybe this is the order I should do them in. Like you said, it eliminates so much, and we carry so much. You guys know because we did that mental load episode, we carry so much up in our head and on our shoulders, and being able to schedule in any way or capacity we can is such a huge help to that.
Yes, and sobriety can feel so out of control all of the time.
Yes.
You know, like there's so many things that you cannot control. Like sometimes your brain.
Right.
You know, like physical, emotional. We talked about emotional sobriety and things that you can't control.
And cravings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so it's like if we can do one thing that does give us a little bit of control, then why wouldn't we?
Why wouldn't we? And I think it's important to, you know, in sobriety, one of the best places to add a schedule is when you're in places that serve alcohol or would be trigger points for you. Like,
yes.
Schedule it out. Like, this is what I'm going to do. This is how long I'm going to stay. This is when I'm going to leave. When I'm at the party, these are the places I'm going to go. This is who I'm going to talk to. And that already eliminates so much of the worry or the stress or the tension if you're going to an event or a place that serves alcohol, of like the what ifs.
Yeah.
If you schedule it out, it almost just eliminates those what ifs. Obviously, there's always going to be a few oddballs that come in there, but being able to like have control over that situation in particular as a sober person, I think is so crucial. And scheduling out your whole experience is something that's available to you.
Yes. No.
I think for me, it's funny, you know, because I was late diagnosed ADHD and I never was a schedule person. I never was somebody that like held myself to anything. And then once, you know, I got into my 30s and had more responsibilities and things I had to do, it became crucial for me to schedule. And I have noticed that my brain has two ways of going. Like, I can completely be fully like unscheduled, messy, like not doing anything for days, or I have to be on an exact schedule. And the way that usually works is if there's something important in my life, like a job or my children or, you know, a responsibility that I have, there has to be a schedule around it for me as an ADHD person. If I don't have anything in place that helps me with a schedule, with timing, with what is going on, then I lose it. It's gone. I will forget it. I will physically lose something. I will not show up to an appointment because I lose it. It's really not going to register. But something that has been a game changer for me that I want to share for any of my other neurodivergent sober babes is my psychologist. Okay, she said she came up with this. And so I'm like, are you a genius? I don't know. You might be. She said that do not set a timer for when something needs to get done, because timers are a huge helpful tool in scheduling with ADHD. Do not set the timer for when you want to get it done. Set the timer for the last possible second it can be done. Because the way that ADHD brains work is we thrive in procrastination. We thrive in like do or die moments. Everything is living or dying. And so your brain will click on more when it's do or die. Like, oh my gosh, I don't have any more time. I have to do it right now.
Wow.
But if you have an alarm that goes off and you have time, what are you going to do? You're going to snooze it, eventually cancel it, and then you forget about that thing.
Yes.
Isn't that genius?
It is. Very genius.
And so, I mean, that was just to get me to take my medicine on time. But truly, like, that was a huge part of it for me. I was honestly never on birth control as a child because I couldn't do the schedule. I would not be able to take a pill at the same time every single day. So for me to use these timers, it's a huge tool in ADHD that has helped me really stick to a schedule that works to my brain. Now, it's not going to look like what Allie's schedule looks like, but it's going to be one that works for me.
Yeah, no, totally. And my schedule is like scheduling for me, because I am such an overthinker. I can overthink literally anything and everything. And I do.
And you're doing it right now?
Yes, exactly. But so like if I have a decision already made, like, oh wait, no, I don't have to plan this. This is already planned for me. I can like spiral so easily.
Oh.
Like these couple last days leading up to the first day of school, I like wanted to fill with so much fun stuff, but I didn't like make the schedule, so a lot of it didn't get executed, and it was like my own fault in the way that my productivity goes down if I don't make a plan, because I will just lollygag. I will, like, if I don't have a certain time to be somewhere, then I'll just hang out at the house. Like, I'll edit on my phone. Like, working from my phone can be such a fault at times, because I can't
even imagine.
Yeah, and so it's like
right there.
I'll even schedule in like work time on my phone, like, and I will turn on a do not disturb so I do not see anything coming in or out. And and it's funny that you say that about timers, because a couple of my timers go off 5 minutes before, and that's too much time. And because it's to post, like, because I have to post at the same time for certain clients.
Yep.
And so, like, 1 minute before is more helpful for me, because I do snooze it, and then I look at my clock and I'm like, 10 minutes has passed.
Missed it. Yeah.
Yes.
Yep, I know. And it's really cool to be able to kind of organize all of this stuff. And I think, I don't know, I'm not going to speak for you, because I'm sure in college you were like, had a good schedule. You knew. You were regimented.
I went to every class. But really, it's because I didn't have to go to every class, but I also, in college, I interned and I worked full-time and went to school no less than 15 hours every semester.
So when did you do your homework? Did you schedule in a time for homework in college?
No, because I procrastinated. I would do it.
Okay.
Remember, I didn't sleep. I don't know how.
So you would just...
Literally, I don't understand, because I would also do morning classes. Like,
I know.
When I think back to my college time, like, I think I probably got maybe 4 to 5 hours of sleep a night.
No, I think you got like 2 to 3.
Yeah, on good nights. Well, because even working, we were cocktail waitresses, and so we didn't get off until at least midnight or later, and then still went out and drank, and then I would still go to class at 8 a.m. because I worked I had school during the day, because I worked in the afternoon / night.
Well, and you think about like what 21-year-old is able to like schedule their days that well. Like none. You did. Yeah. And that's why I would always look at you and be like, that's wild. But I think it's cool, because I feel like it really set you up for when you became a mom. Like, you were used to doing all of this stuff in one day and making sure that all the things got done and showing up for all the things. And so when we transitioned into motherhood, it was almost like that system was already kind of there for you.
Well, see, so I knew what that system was, but I had a large gap in between motherhood and living that fast-paced life, to where I did not have a job for 5 years, which seems insane to me. I don't know what I did those days.
I do.
And I know I was having fun. Somehow I stayed busy.
You were thrifting a lot.
Yeah.
You built a business.
Yeah, okay. So I did have small other businesses.
Come on.
But somehow I like filled my time, and I did schedule. I would garage sell on Fridays and Saturday. I guess you are right. I've always been a scheduled person.
Even in your like creativity, there's a schedule amongst it, which I think is really cool. And that's all so your Pisces and Capricorn coming together. But it's just really cool to have seen. And then, like I said, once we became moms, it was like, oh my gosh, Allie's just the schedule queen.
I did not miss a nap time.
like confidently can say this, because the kids don't nap anymore and haven't for years. Like, she never missed one nap time in their house.
It drove
in her
people
own house
crazy. I would be like, sorry, can't go. It's nap time.
Yeah.
And part of that was like perseverance for myself.
Yes.
Because Chris is a very helpful dad. He is very involved, but he has busy work seasons.
Yes.
And there were times when he worked 7 days a week. And so I'm like, I don't ever get a break. And when the kids are at home, that nap time, I needed those hours. I needed that nap time. I needed bedtime.
Yes.
Like, for my own sanity, I would not have survived without nap time. And I even friends that didn't have nap time would be so jealous of my 2 to 3 hours a day alone, that's what inspired getting their kids on a schedule.
Nap time.
Yeah, because they're like, wait, you are alone for this many hours a day? And I'm like, yes. And that's even why I started my blog, because I was like, oh, more moms need to know about schedules, about the darkness of mom's side and how you can come to the light side.
Yes. Well, and I think it's just so cool to have seen you teach other people about it afterwards, because there were so many people that were coming to you for sleep training schedules as well. Like, it wasn't just nap time, it was sleep training schedules. And it's cool too, because you speak about how people would be like, oh, you have to go, because I was the same as Allie. I was very much a nap and bedtime. Like, we leave the house, we leave the party. They nap. My kids wouldn't nap in the car. They wouldn't freaking nap anywhere except
I wouldn't
in their
allow
beds.
a nap in a car.
Because then they get used to it. But you would get these comments that would be like, oh, come on, they can sleep, or they'll handle it. But at the end of the day, this is so funny to say because we're moms, but like, it was not about the kids.
It wasn't.
It was never about the kids.
I needed to get away. I needed to not be touched. I needed like a touch-free
That moment was for us. Yes. And like these moms that were like, why are you guys gotta go? We're like, do you not understand this pot of gold that is waiting at the end of the nap time, putting down rainbow? And it was just such a crucial thing for us. And for me, same, with Philip in football season. All 3 of my babies were born in football season. So I was literally thrusted unplanned. Yeah. And then the one we tried to plan, I did not get pregnant until it would have been born in football season. Him, Silas. But I was at home with a brand new baby and I had no idea what I was doing. And then I got pregnant 7 months later and had a baby 15 months later. So then again, I was at home alone with 2 babies and I had absolutely no idea like how to even handle my own life. So getting on a schedule was the most important thing, not for the kids, but for my sanity. Yes. And I think that if there's other NICU mamas out there, they know this. One of the bright spots about your baby being in the NICU is those nurse angels get those babies used to a schedule. Yeah. And when Kyla came out of the NICU, because I already had a schedule in place for Miles, it was like, because she was on it. Yeah. And she got used to it there. And I almost didn't even have to do it. Like, another part about being in the NICU is that we were blessed enough to not have to formula feed. But what that meant was I had to be there for every feeding, and I was, but that got us scheduled with our feedings, and it was just such a blessing to have that done so early on, because schedules when those babies are young are just so crucial for mama.
Yeah, and they are hard to do, so I understand why so many moms gave up.
Yes.
Because until you get them into it, it is hard, it is stressful.
Yes.
It is.
There's crying.
It's tiring.
Yes.
It's like,
It's another thing for you to do when you're exhausted. So there's so much grace there, and knowing that, like, the best you can do is amazing, and you're doing a great job, and just giving yourself scheduling yourself whatever bits you can in there, because that's what it's about.
Yeah.
Because
I could talk schedules for hours.
I know. Alexandra Schedule Hickman.
Yeah.
It sounds okay.
Yeah. ASH.
Gosh.
Albuquerque High School. Oh wait, no, it's
Ash.
Ash. Sorry. Confusing.
It's fine. Shout out to Ash.
Okay, so how do we make schedules?
You tell me, schedule queen.
Okay. Well, I am very annoying in the way that every Sunday I sit down with my notepad it's like says Monday through or Sunday through Saturday.
Okay, are we talking like a open composition?
No,
pad,
I don't have
like
enough space for that. Well, so it is open. It's just like a notepad, but it's like the size of a paper. It's not like a whole desk covering.
Gotcha.
And every week I can just rip off the top one and start over. But some people don't like that. They like to be able to go back and look. And I don't need to.
I'm not a ripper outer.
No.
That actually like sets chills down my spine.
No, I rip it off and throw it away every week.
Okay.
But so first I fill in the appointments, school things, and kid stuff first. So, like, if there's doctor's appointments, like, things that are non-negotiable, they need to go in so I know what is happening.
Yes.
And then next, I add in my work. Like, what I need to accomplish that week or those days, what days I need to go shopping, what days I need to edit, what days I need to create, because it is a process. It's not like it's boom, boom, boom. Yeah. Like, there's certain times for each process.
Yes.
And then after that, I add in my social stuff, like with like, am I going to go to dinner with my girlfriends? Am I going to go to lunch this week? Am I going to have coffee? Am I going to go to spin, yoga? You know, like add in the things that I want to do.
Yes.
And then lastly, which this like drives people crazy, but then they don't understand until they have to do it. And then they always thank me for saying it, is scheduling you time. Literally, I'll even write like an hour on the couch.
Yes.
Like, and I don't know
if
it's giving myself permission to go sit on the couch.
Because you scheduled it in.
Yeah. I don't know.
Hey, it's on the schedule.
Yeah. If that's like how my brain works, that I do need permission to let myself.
Yeah.
But if that's what's going to work for me and my life and make it run smoothly, because I do a lot of things. Like,
yeah, you do a lot more than most humans.
Well, no, and it's like, that's what I have to do for me. And some people are like, are you joking? You schedule in like your self-love. And I'm like, well, if I don't add it to the schedule, it's not going to happen.
And that is important.
Yeah. And for me, once it's in the calendar, it's
solid.
It's in there.
Oh, I know. I've tried to get some things moved around. I know that calendar is locked.
It's true.
What are your thoughts on scheduling sex?
Well, our sex life is pretty routine.
So it is scheduled.
Yeah.
Is it like a non-discussed schedule?
Yeah, it's like a non-discussed.
You guys know when it's gonna happen, but you've never said like every this time this is when it happens.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. And then we always
makes sense.
We always joke and laugh, like when we have sex out of the schedule, we call it organic sex and laugh together so hard because we're like, oh yeah, that was some organic sex.
That one just blossomed out of nowhere.
Because it does happen, but it's always hilarious. Because Chris will like say that, and he will die at this, but whatever.
Sorry, Chris.
Sorry,
I asked
dude.
the question.
They know it all already.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny. Yeah, I've heard that like have to be a thing, especially when you have younger kids. I feel like we tried to do it a couple times, but you know, scheduling is just, I'm like the opposite of you, and I think that's where I come in and how I schedule. Like, I was just listening to you in awe. Honestly, I'm like, God, this sounds so good. Like, this is a beautiful thing. And I think too, a part of having an ADHD brain is that like, well, one joke is that you always buy planners, but you never fill them out.
Yeah. Yes.
And I have like a bajillion. But it's just so hard to sit down and do exactly what you just did, because not only then if we were to do that, then I would look at it and be like, well, I don't have to do the hour on the couch, you know, like it's so opposite that it's so funny and cool to hear, because I'm like, God, that sounds like a dream. The way that I schedule is if someone tells me something, it goes into my calendar immediately. And I didn't start doing that until you told me something like that. Like, you mentioned that you did that, and I was like, dude, I really need to do that.
Yeah.
And so on my phone, like, that calendar is key.
That calendar is
everything's
happening.
On it.
It is happening,
It's happening
if it's in the phone calendar.
Yes, yeah, everything. I mean, and it was so funny because I had my phone calendar out next to Kyla's bestie's mom at cheer, and we were like putting in the cheer stuff, and I can't remember, I said something and she was like, your calendar, and I was like, no dude, everything's in this, and every day usually has colors on it, because that's how I know. And like, we have a calendar in our main, like in the office, that I fill out every month, just so you guys know and feel better about yourself. My August one is not filled out yet. So that's that.
See, and I can't do a month. Like, I've tried to do the month, and I won't do it. It almost like it's too much for me.
Interesting.
Like I cannot.
You need to break
do
it
it.
down.
Yeah.
And I need to look big picture.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have to have a month.
Yeah.
If I don't have a month, my mind seriously goes crazy. Because I just need to see the squares and I need to be like, okay. And that's kind of how my brain works. And like, if someone tells me something or wants to do something, the first place I go to is my calendar and my phone. And then, like I said, I'll go and at some point at the beginning of the month, I'll erase the other one and put that on there. And that's usually the calendar that everybody else in the house uses. So, like, if anybody, which they don't really plan anything in my house because they're all children for the most part, will go and say, okay, like on this day, we have these things. So, can I schedule this? Or that's kind of like how the family will use it.
Yeah.
But I struggle with day to day. I struggle with weeks. I think that that's why agendas in high school and middle school were hard for me. Like, I thought that they were so beautiful and I loved getting them, but then I wouldn't fill them out. So I have like a running to-do list.
Oh, okay.
And
to-do lists.
I've had, to-do list is how I have to do it. I have different types of to-do lists, and I've heard this types of scheduling before where you're like, I don't know, people call it different things, like frogs of the day or some stuff like that. I don't know.
I've never heard that.
You haven't? It's like do the frog first so that you can do the other ones. Frog's the bad one. Anyways, I just have it like, okay, these are the things. So I have like a house to-do list. I have a work to-do list. I have a kid to-do list. And then it's so much easier for me to separate it like that. And then I'll just know like by what days I have to get it done. And, for Moxicated, like I used to not have any timers or anything, and that would be troubling for us sometimes. But for Moxicated, I have definitely utilized the last minute timer. So like the day before we're supposed to upload, the last minute that I can, it'll go out and say upload Mox, and I'm like, gotta do it right now because it's the last minute. Yeah. And so that's kind of how I flow in my work. It's so not like your typical schedule, but at the same time, I don't have a typical brain. So I've had to be able to create these little ways of finding what works for me.
Yeah.
And another thing that kind of worked for me that I feel like if I ever got like more loads of work, I would do is block scheduling.
Okay.
And that's where you do like you plan 2 hours and everything for one subject or whatever responsibility is done in those 2 hours. So like on Mondays for 2 hours, I do nothing but Moxicated stuff. And everything that I need to get done for the week of Moxicated happens within those 2 hours. If I need to do chores, like you block schedule kind of like that. And I think that that is another way for my style of brain to work a little bit better, because if I give myself like a nice chunk of time, but like no restrictions in between, I'm able to kind of like go wild, and then I have to have that nice ending point, which for my brain can be hard to like transition out of something. Yeah. But yeah, that's kind of how I've stumbled into it. I think that for someone that is as unscheduled as me, that I do a great job of staying scheduled.
Yes.
As best I can.
And too, something to be said is everybody's schedule's different. Just like our sobriety. Everybody's journey's different. Something that works for me doesn't work for her. Something that works for her doesn't work for me. And we have to remember that and give ourselves grace in the schedule and our sobriety too.
Totally.
That if we miss something in the schedule, it's okay. We're going to survive. We're going to make it through. And you can just start the next day and try to be more organized if that's your goal.
Totally. And I think that the society like stipulations around having a schedule can feel similar to the stipulations of sobriety, whereas like it's very much boxed and like this is how you should do it, this is what it should look like. And so if you don't fit within that should box, you feel left out, you feel incapable, you feel like, oh gosh, well, how am I ever going to get on a schedule if this is what it's supposed to look like and that's not what works for me. Any way that you are able to organize yourself and get your stuff done Whether it's little timers, writing stuff down, even keeping things on your phone, whatever you carry, like that's a beautiful way to schedule yourself.
Yeah, and a schedule's only going to work if you want it to.
Yeah, if it works.
So if you hate how you're scheduling, do it different.
Yeah, and you're not going to get stuff done if you hate it, right?
It's like, yeah.
Yeah.
And it took me a really long time to figure out my process. And it felt stressful, and I felt like I had anxiety. I felt like there weren't enough hours in the day. And people ask me all the time, how do you do it all? And I'm like, schedule. That's his how.
Beep, beep, beep. Well, yeah, and like you're gonna figure out so many ways that won't work before you figure out the ways that do. So don't be mad at it. Just be like, that's another thing that don't work for me.
Yeah.
And move on with your life.
Yes.
Because what it's all about in the end is having a better life, a healthier life, feeling good about yourself, feeling good about your decisions, pouring into yourself more than you're pouring into anybody else. And if you have to schedule that in, then do it.
Amen,
Take
sis.
Allie's advice. Follow her lead. But other than that, I mean, we just wish you mamas and kids and college students and teachers and professors.
Oh, all of you.
You have our hearts today. We love you all. We hope that it's such an amazing year. It's a safe year. It's a transformational year. Schedule your time in because you deserve it. And we love you, babes.
Talk soon.